I want to thank some folks. Obviously, I do want to thank Mayor Garcetti for, now Ambassador Garcetti. I served with Ambassador Martinez, and now the mayor is now the ambassador, for trusting in me at the encouragement of Councilman Buscaino to serve here. What started out as really going to bat, no pun intended, for ECU Little League in the Save ECU campaign, led me to run for honorary mayor to raise awareness on us losing fields and stuff like that. And back then, you know, it was Councilman Janice on there in the seat, and others that put us in touch with the board. And I asked the league to make me the new fields project manager, because I thought I could bring my experience in aerospace to make sure we had a good plan that we wouldn't miss opening day in 2008. And I used to stand right at that podium there, and Julie used to tell me she used to feel sorry for me when I came in here, having to face President Freeman at the time and give updates on ECU Little League. You know, I used to drive down from El Segundo to make those presentations and drive back. I did that a lot. But I used to stand there and ask myself, and I did this a lot in my life when I saw positions I thought that maybe I could obtain one day or be asked to be part of. I thought, how can I become a harbor commissioner? I thought, just stood there. I've done that my whole life, whether it was in playing baseball, going, how can I be as good as so-and-so? Or how can I be, you know? So I used to stand there and go, how can I be a harbor commissioner? Not thinking I ever would be. And then Councilman Buscaino ran, won, and then advocated for me. So thank you. You're not just a former councilman, you're a brother to me, and I really appreciate it. I want to thank the Harbor Commission, just my colleagues. I mean, we've had, you know, I remember when Gene started, we went to dinner and we had a chat, and we've been here probably about the same amount of time, maybe me a little longer, but we've had a diverse board the whole time. And I don't just mean backgrounds, I mean experience, right? And to me, that is the most important thing. I know Joe says he likes to have Italian leaders and all that, and I know he says that, you know, just because he's Italian, but I know we really in our heart are just looking for good leaders. People that are there for each other, that stand up for what they believe in, do it respectfully, have mutual respect for each other. And I've experienced it here on this board. I was talking before, when I started in aerospace, I started at Hughes Space Communications, and it was always a family-oriented environment, and then evolved into Boeing, and then I retired. When I came here, that's what I felt like, that this was a family. No matter how hard it is, we were always trying to do the right thing. Even though the community may not think at times we're on the same team, we are. It's just we have different ways of trying to get to the same place, and sometimes it takes a long time, but we end up arriving there eventually. I wanted to just do a few things here. I just wanted to talk about Dave Arian briefly. Yes, those times at the football games, I used to just sit in the first half with him and just chat, and he'd give me some advice, or we just talked football at Pedro. And I always knew he was going to be there too. And then by the end of the first half, he was done with me, and he went on to some other folks, but I'm just kidding. We always had a good time. I miss him dearly. I wish I had more time with him. Staff, Gene, Marla, Tony, Mike, everybody, David, everybody on the 5th floor. Port Police, where's Chief Gazy? I love Chief, he's a great guy. Guys, the whole Port Police did us right when my dad passed, and we'll never forget it. Stacy and Aldo on the softball team. Port Police, they recruited me. I didn't ask to play on Port Police, but I wanted to, but I didn't say it. Because I knew as a commissioner, they would just put me there and went, oh boy, we gotta have the commissioner on the team. No, I didn't hit. I just when they drafted me, I was so happy. And then, of course, they were glad I could actually play ball. Right? We've got a couple championships, not counting COVID. I guess that would be a third if you count, because we had that year off, right? We were holding the trophy one time. I want to thank all of the folks out there that are representing the community, Cecilia and Augie Bezmalinovich. Is Augie here today? There he is in the back. Are you going to text me and tell me I have gum in my mouth right now? Because he used to do that right there. members of the community, especially a good friend of mine, Scott Lane, Tony Cordero, for their counsel, but more importantly, Jack Barrett, who explained everything. I mean, we'll probably get coffee later this week, but he always likes to tell me how Italy hasn't beat Croatia yet in the World Cup, but it's all good. I've known Jack a long time, and I have a lot of stories I can't share publicly. Let's see, I really want to thank Julie. Thank you for coming. Where's Julie? Did she leave already? I was hoping she would show up. She was there on my last day. I know I'm taking a long time, but I have the mic, so it's all good. I do want to thank Amber a lot. And I'm going to say it publicly because I know we've talked about it here, but I took Amber to her prom. We've known each other for a long time. We used to work together, went to the prom, and we were just friends back then. She asked me if I would take her. She let me wear a white tux with pink tie and cummerbund and pink Converse shoes, and I'm surprised you didn't put that picture up there.
Roll the picture, second.
But we've been friends a long time. We shared a lot when my dad passed and her mom passed, and we have a special bond. And I was so happy to come here and find out you were here because we had lost touch for a long time, so it's been very special. I'm almost done. I'm trying to see because I don't want to put my glasses on. A lot of you mentioned what we accomplished. Public access investment program is huge. I'm sure we're going to get that through today. The Clean Air Action Plan, the next version of that, the battles about automation, all those things. But at the end of the day, we come out together and we move forward. I want to thank the ILW, the women and men of the ILW. You know, we broke 10 million TUs, and that's a big deal. We celebrated that, and I think about them every day because I have a lot of friends and family down there, and I think about safety. But all in all, they are, I like to say they're the pointy end of the spear of our economy. But I want to remind everyone it's also a healthy balance between this harbor department and the women and men on the waterfront that we are a team. Sometimes it may be hard to feel it, but we are a team and we all want to do the right thing. We want to grow jobs. We want to keep the cargo moving. But most of all, I got to stress safety. That is one of the things I pride myself in, especially when I work at Hughes and Boeing, is focusing on safety of the people. So keep an eye on safety, please. And there's so many times that our family doesn't come home down there because stuff happens, unfortunately. What I'm most proud of is the waterfront development. As you all know, when we started here, Commissioner Renwick brought up Trey-Pack, but I always thought about Brewery West and Alta Sea, some of the big things we did there, and then we got into realigning Sampson Way, the downtown square, the waterfront promenade, and we didn't forget about Wilmington. We're in the throes of $75 million plus redeveloping the Wilmington waterfront because of this board, the previous board, advocacy from Commissioner Moreno Linares and others before, Patricia Castellanos and even Ambassador Martinez before. So we haven't forgotten Wilmington, we're committing and so on and getting it done. My goal was to be the low maintenance commissioner. Amber, right? I did my best. Don't look at me like that. I tried. And so I always wanted people to feel at ease. Some of you sent me emails thanking me, just to make you feel at ease. I know when a commissioner says things, people start moving. But I always tried not to spin too many people up. Commissioner Renwick did, but especially in the audit committee. But I still does, I guess. But to the community, I'm hoping I represented you well. I encourage you to always stand up for what you believe in, and just remember we're working together. We're with you, not against you. Sometimes it may be hard to see that. I do want to finish up with a couple things. I'm not reading all this, these are just my highlights. To my family, my son Antonio could not be here today, he's in Hawaii. Testing satellites are flying over, doing in-orbit testing, so I'm very proud of him. Luca is at San Jose State. He was here for Easter, but he's probably watching from school. And then my son Vincent's here. But more importantly, I got to I gotta thank my mom. My mom instilled in me to fight, to stand up for what I believe in, and to do what's right. So when you say those words, it came from my mom. My dad instilled in me my passion and my drive, and he's shining upon us today. You saw in the pictures, I'm glad you put those pictures in there of him and my mom at those groundbreakings. It was always important for me to have them at my side for those big events. I gotta also thank my wife Carolyn. She's my best friend. I met her when she was in the 5th grade. We're gonna celebrate our 30-year wedding anniversary in October. I tell her every day, and I tell her every day I love her, but a lot of times I tell her she's my gift from God, and I truly believe that. So thank you for letting me do the things I needed to do. And so, my kids for being patient, and again, not being at the dinner table when I was at a community meeting or whatnot. So let me just close with this. Remember, in life, it's not the great accomplishments that you achieve that people will remember you by, but rather the little things you do for them and how you make them feel that they will never forget. So, be kind to each other. Listen to each other, learn from each other. And just remember, we're all together. We're all in this together. We are all on the same team. And God bless you all. Thank you.